Hey, what's up, everybody? Pat here, grateful recovering alcoholic and addict, just like every day. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe, leave the video a like, drop me a comment, and by all means, share it with anybody you think might get something out of it. Other than that, how are we all doing today, guys? Happy Monday. My word for the day is pain. so, I was doing here. Check out my new my latest shirt, guys. Proud to be sober with my customized date. Same company, Lucid. I love their stuff. Anyway. Being a holiday, and I was asked to chair and open the meeting today for Wendy, who's away. I gladly accepted. I changed my day around, and being that I put off the big job, I'm in the middle of till tomorrow. I went and was doing a smaller job this morning at a very large boiler for a building that's got 3 addresses over in Cambridge. And as I was inside of it making some repairs, I set a tool down, and something, I'm assuming metal, shot off like a chip and got in my eye. But it was so dark in there, my instinct to blink didn't happen because I didn't see it coming, and ended up with a corneal abrasion and a corneal puncture in my eye. I immediately went and washed it out, but it was bothering me really bad. By the time I got out of the building, my depth perception was off. I was seeing blurry out of that eye. That bothered me, but I went and did the meeting. And then I went to the hospital, and I didn't get up in the hospital till got after 5:30 tonight. So it was a long afternoon, and again, nothing to piss and moan about. The hospital was busy. They were very kind. I took a nice nap once they got me into a room. So I was only in the waiting room for probably 45 minutes, and then it was a while wait. But again, they put me right in the bed, so I took a nap. Furthermore, I was wearing my recovery sweatshirt, so the triage nurse asked me about that, and I immediately let her know. I said, listen, I'm a recovering addict. Under no circumstances am I seeking pain meds, nor will I accept them. She was super, super proud of me. Like, she literally, when I went to walk out, she's like, oh my God, God bless you. I'm so happy to have met you, so proud to have met you, something along those lines. She was just really, really cool. Like, I love medical staff today, particularly when I start to give them my history. They're always very supportive and they seem to appreciate what I'm doing. They gave me, again, they did an eye test on it. Clearly, I have a corneal abrasion. I have a puncture. It hurts like hell. They put some numbing drops in. They gave me an antibiotic ointment. It's definitely better. But they also want me to follow up in a couple of days if it's not completely healed. So I'll just play it by ear and take it easy and maybe try to make a better habit of wearing safety glasses. I have an issue with wearing safety glasses. If I know, like if I'm using my grind or things like that, I try to. I'm not always great about it. But, my point being is, guys, is even with that, like I didn't use it as an excuse to go use. I didn't use it as an excuse to hide from my meeting. I was still happy to chair the meeting. A fantastic meeting. There was Monday's a step meeting. It was on step 11, which is prayer and sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with our higher powers. So people getting chips, people talking about prayer and meditation and where they're at with it, the whole range. People new, people doing it a lot. For me, that's my favorite thing in the world. So I had a fantastic day, and again, I took the opportunity to rest while I was at the hospital because that's how I see these things. If I got to go to the hospital, I'm sitting in the bed, I'm going to take a nice nap. I didn't piss and moan that it took so long when they came in and apologized for the wait. I said, listen, no problem. You guys are busy. Thank you for seeing me. Like, I'm here seeking help. I'm not about to get pissy and give somebody a hard time. I just show my gratitude that they're helping me, and things go pretty well today, guys. Faithful feelings, guys, and that's the thing. Yeah, perfect reading today, guys. The reading today is about keeping our faith that our feelings won't kill us. And again, I had full faith that, yeah, I was in agony all day. Didn't mean I didn't take an aspirin. I didn't take anything to numb the pain. Pain is there, both emotional, physical, and spiritual. Pain is there to tell us we need to pay attention, right? Like the pain in my eye let me know that I did damage and I needed to go seek help, right? Emotional pain lets me know I'm in a bad situation, and I need to pay attention to what's going on so I don't get myself in further over my head. Pain is very important. I've done videos on this. But anyway, let's get into the reading. We'll talk more about it, guys. Faithful feelings. When we refuse to accept the reality of today, we are denying faith in our higher power. This can only bring more suffering. Some days just aren't the way we wish they could be. Our problems may be as simple as a broken shoelace or having to stand in line at the supermarket or getting a piece of metal in your eye. Or we may experience something far more serious, such as the loss of a job, a home, or even a loved one. Either way, we often end up looking for a way to avoid our feelings instead of simply acknowledging that those feelings are painful. No one promises us that everything will go our way when we stop using. In fact, we can be guaranteed opposite. Life will go on whether we are using or not. We will face good days and bad days, comfortable feelings and painful feelings. But we don't have to run from these any longer. We can experience pain, grief, sadness, anger, frustration, all these feelings we once avoided with drugs. We find that we can get through the emotions clean. We won't die and the world will not come to an end just because we have uncomfortable feelings. We learn to trust that we can survive what each day brings. And the affirmation is just for today. I will demonstrate my trust in God by experiencing this day just as it is. Perfectly, right? Perfectly, aptly timed reading. These readings often go hand in hand with exactly where I'm at any given day. And that's the thing, guys, right? And when I do my inventory tonight, I'm gonna look further into the fact that do I need to start wearing safety glasses at all times? It's not a bad idea when I'm working on certain type of stuff. They're very uncomfortable, and they tend to fog up, and they can be difficult. But there's ways around that too. Like I've got to weigh the totality of the discomfort that I'm in, and it is very it's very uncomfortable. My eye hurts like hell. It has all day. But again, I didn't let that ruin my day. I still went out and engaged with my meeting, had great conversations. It was a fantastic meeting today, really good meeting today. Like I said, people getting chips. And the reading was on my little favorite topic, prayer and meditation. And I love hearing other people's take on it because I learn and I get to expand my take on it. I don't know. And you know what? And further than that, we're going to step back a second. When we talk about our higher power and God or whatever you want to call yours, so many people get hung up on the lack of definition. Guys, we don't always need to have a definition to understand that it's there, right? Like I can't give you, a scientific equation for gravity, yet I experience it every day and I fully believe in it and I trust, I base my everything around it, right? Like the proof of my higher power is in my life constantly. Perfect example is a couple weeks ago when I brought up prayer to the Holy Spirit and asked God to walk with me through that job, and then boom, got a supernatural result. The strength that I get every day and getting up and expanding and answering the call and further than that, where I'm trying to get with this, guys, when you really let go of the need for a definition and just find blind faith that there is a power greater than you, and how anybody could argue that point is beyond me, and that it wants the best for you. When you align yourself with a loving higher power, it allows you, and I've said this so many ways, to de-stress because you can trust that no matter, the storms are going to come, situations are going to come, but you can trust that you have everything you need to get through that. If you look for the blessings, it'll get easier. If you talk about it and share the burden with others, it'll alleviate some of the pain. That is something I've done very well because I saw the miracles manifest, the promises that were made to me in prayer and meditation manifested in my life immediately because I turned it over and just became aligned with it, or all the stars aligned, or it's my time, or however you want to look at it. I don't have to know that. I just know that I saw it and I believe in it, and the more I look for it, the more I find it. So it lets me let go of stress, and that's one thing I've heard from day one of my recovery is that I'm very incredibly upbeat, positive, that I'm happier, that I'm less stressed, and that I handle situations better than anybody most people know. I'm not saying to toot my own horn. I'm saying that I'm explaining to you how I get there. I have blind faith that there is a higher power, God, my loving God, at work in my life, watching over me, protecting me, and that He gives me the strength I need because I seek knowledge of His will. That has been the most stress-relieving thing in my life. And though I do have a pretty good little bag under my eye today because my eye's swollen and it was actually starting to get black and blue. But I look, and again, previous to now to where I'm going myself, not me to somebody else or anybody else, but when I look and realize how much younger and stronger and healthier I look, Stress kills. And I've been able to let go of so much stress, and I just go through my day fully knowing that whatever happens, I'm going to be able to handle it. If I don't let it overwhelm me, then I'll handle it even better. And when I look for the blessings and things, I'm going to find the blessings. So I go out and I'm not overly bothered by things. Like even when I hurt myself, physically injure myself, it's okay. Well, it happens. I know from the totality of other things that I've been through that I can handle the pain. I don't go worrying about, oh, is the pain going to be too much? Am I going to need drugs? No, I know there's no pain in this world that I need a drug to get me through, because there isn't. My body will literally take away the feeling and numb me before I need a drug to help me get through the pain, because I'm not afraid of feelings today. As a matter of fact, I've come to embrace feelings today, guys. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I feel things. I'm feeling empathetic to a point that I didn't ever know existed. I watch videos and like literally I get choked up, I get angry, and I embrace those feelings today, because it means I care. It means I'm actually a part of things, and I want better for people, and I look for lessons in things, and I try to go out and spread joy, and I try to uplift people. I love those things about me today, but I can't do any of those things without these beautiful positive feelings I have. And I wouldn't know that these beautiful feelings are positive if I wasn't used to experience so many other negative emotions and bad feelings and extreme pain. It's the level of pain that I've put myself through physically, mentally, and spiritually that lets me know how strong I am today, because I've survived all of that. And I know I'm even stronger because I haven't let it weigh me down, and I've chosen to rise above it. And now I'm noticing all the beauty in the world around me, all the lack of negativity, because I've shut out, I've closed that door on addiction, on suffering. Doesn't mean I'm not going to have a bad day. Doesn't mean I'm not going to poke myself in the eye and you know, I mean, guys, all day long, my nose was running like crazy, my eyes watering. It was not a fun, comfortable day. I'm actually quite worn out from it, so big deal. I'm going to do my video. I'm going to reach out to a couple people for my meeting that asked me to check in with them to let them know I was okay, and I'll go to bed and get a good night's sleep. And before I do, I'll put my ointment back in my eye again. I'll treat that properly. Like, it's already feeling better than it did most of the day just having the ointment in it, guys. And it's because I made it through the day without letting it derail me. But in the past, I would never do these things. I never had the courage to just face my feelings. I was always so overwhelmed, and before I can even just sit back and feel them and say, okay, it is what it is. I've got a very high tolerance of pain. It doesn't even really bother me. I would have to run right out and just use that as an excuse and convince myself that I had to go find more drugs, because it was just an excuse to use. But then when I got happy and the job went well, that was an excuse to use too, because now I got extra money, even though I had a million bills I wasn't paying, so I could do more drugs. And like, addiction is terrible. It is a one-track, just ugly, you know, it's just misery. And I tried to be upbeat and happy in that. Now I'm living this beautiful recovery that is just, I get to be a part of a community. I'm building relationships, my physical health, my mental stability, my clarity, my business is thriving. I've got options all over the board. I could basically do whatever I want today. I get up every day and I've got, like, I'm in demand. And yeah, that can be overwhelming, but I don't let that overwhelm me. As soon as I start to, I take a step back. And I've learned the power of no, and I've learned to put my needs first, and I've learned that it's okay if I take on too much to pick up a phone call and just say, hey, no, I can't do it. I need a break. Or I'll even call somebody up and say, listen, the emergency came up. I was out all last night. I'm exhausted. I can't come to the job because I'm not going to be able to give you my A game, and leave it at that. I've learned to put my needs first. Like, all these things have taught me to start living life like a human being. And it's also taught me to manage my time better, to put up boundaries, to see what my needs really are, and then make sure that they're being met. And because I've done that, I've learned a sense of self-worth and understood that, no, I can't do jobs for certain prices. And people will call me up and like, oh, can you do this for this? No, I can't. I've got a business to run. I've got obligations to meet. I've got to look into being able to pay my insurance and pay my taxes and pay this and pay that and save money and have a future. And I deserve a vacation like everybody else. So I deserve to charge a fair wage like everybody else. And because of that, and again, I'm still on the low side of anybody. I'm actually way lower. I've got an area, it's a work in progress. I should be charging probably double what I'm charging. But again, even doing what I am, it's 100 times more than I ever would have been willing to charge before. And the fact that I've got what I have saved up shows me I'm on the right track. And I noticed that the progression of that stacks further and further, because as I get more comfortable and more confident, I'm comfortable, and not only that, but booked and busy, I'm able to pick and choose the bigger, the jobs that pay better, and in other areas where I've been more apt to give a discount just because. No, I can't, and I let people know that. Listen, if you can have work done 3 ways: cheap, fast, and good. And if you want it done fast and good, it's not going to be cheap. And if you want it done cheap and fast, it's not going to be good. You see where I'm going with that, guys? And that's a perfect analogy. It's a fact. So you're going to have to meet me somewhere in the middle, because my needs, my experience, and my desire comes into this equation. And it never did before. That's something addiction took from me. The ability to make rational decisions on my own behalf. I get to do that today. It's one more reason I'm incredibly full of joy today. Guys, my point being is life on life's terms means exactly that. We face all of them. But beyond that, you learn to go with the flow, or to stay even keeled, even throughout the ebbs and flows, by having faith that feelings are not facts. Feelings come and go. A lot of them you can pick and choose. And if you choose to look at things from a different perspective, even some of the things you look at as so negative aren't so negative anymore. That's something I managed to do really well, and it's part of the reason that I'm overall looking younger, less stressed, more healthy, more capable, more clear, more confident, and overall more happy than I've ever dreamed I'd be. I'm quickly stepping into a position where I'm gaining enough knowledge that I'm able to guide and help other people in the ways that I always dreamed of. But I've gotten here by having blind faith and starting this channel day one, when I knew I had something to share, if it was nothing more than just my experience. But I did that in blind faith, not knowing where it was going to go. I still don't know where it's going to go, but I show up every day knowing somewhere something good will come of it. And so much good has come of it just for internally, what it's done for me, learning to hold myself accountable. Learning one of my biggest blind sides was I didn't know how to pay attention because I didn't see the value of things. Well, having to break them down on video every day, look at these lessons, and then talk about how they apply to my life has been the biggest gift of this channel, because it's taught me how to be introspective, taught me how to figure out how to take a proper inventory, how to pay attention to what's going on with my thoughts, my feelings, and then take right action, like I talk about so often. Guys, I'm probably rambling a little bit because, again, I'm in a lot of pain today, so bear with me. But again, I'm still showing up, and it's still okay. Like, I'm in pain, so therefore I'll take a nap. I'm going to have some ice cream, and I'm going to go to bed after I make some phone calls and let everybody know I'm okay. That's it. Simple as that. Life and recovery is beautiful, guys. It's not always going to be easy. They're going to be uncomfortable feelings. Learn to sit with them. When we're constantly looking for a way to quiet... To avoid the noise or quiet the noise, like, you got to be able to sit and just understand that, yes, feelings are there for a reason. Figure them out, find a way to overcome them, or just sit with them when that's the case. Like, when you lose a loved one, you're going to grieve, But what gets you through that? Faith that your higher power is bringing them on to the next whatever there is, right? Guys, that's the video for today. Always remember, God loves you. I love you. We'll see you in the next one.